After 34 years, the Union Cabinet approved New Education Policy 2020 on 29 July. The current Indian education system unintentionally emphasizes rote learning schools with little to no incentive for real-life applications. In this video, we intend to discuss the key changes in the new education policy, their impact on future India. We have also highlighted the education policies of top countries and what India can take away from these policies. Let's take a glance at the present 10+2 academic structure. The level of education is divided into lower primary, upper primary, secondary and senior secondary. The students have to choose a particular stream before going to senior secondary. And then there are n number of college entrance exams for getting into college. 10+2 structure of school curricula will be replaced by a 5+3+3+4 structure. The foundational level of education will be covered from age group 3 to 8. In the present structure, age group 3 to 6 is excluded. At the foundational level, the teaching pattern will be through play activities. By grade 3, the NEP aims to achieve foundational literacy and numeracy by 2025. Next, from grade 3 to 5, there will be preparatory level of education, where they will be introduced to textbooks and taught in an interactive classroom. The students from grade 6 to 8 will enjoy a 10 days backless period, where they will be introduced to local vocational experts, carpentry, pottery, gardening, etc. If you love physics, as well as economics, now you can opt for both in secondary. To track progress throughout the school years, apart from 10th and 12th board exams, students have to take school examination in 3rd, 5th and 8th grade conducted by PARAC. There will be a common university entrance test conducted by NTA. Let's give you an insight about what India proposes to accomplish through this policy. A pupil-to-teacher ratio of 30:1 will be ensured at each level of school and 25:1 in areas having large number of socio-economically disadvantaged students. Centre and states will work together to increase the public investment in education from less than 3% to reach up to 6% of GDP by 2035. Understanding the importance of research, India would invest in establishing National Research Foundation. At present, India invests only 0.69% of GDP, which is very low as compared to 2.8% in USA, 4.3% in Israel, and 4.2% in South Korea. Due to concerning high number of dropouts in the present educational system, the policy had paid special attention to GER. By 2030, India has planned to achieve 100% of GER from preschool to secondary and from 26.3% to 50% in higher education. We guess that the highly controversial issue of the discussion about the policy is the medium of instruction. Let's have a glimpse of the exact line from the policy. The policy states wherever possible the medium of instruction until at least grade 5 but preferably till grade 8 and beyond will be home language or mother tongue or regional language or local language. This means it's not compulsory. The three-language formula will continue to be implemented. Textbooks will be available in both bilingual language, that is home language and English, such that students are proficient in both. Apart from this, student can opt for foreign language in secondary level. There will be a single governing body for all higher education, excluding medical and law, which is HECI. The new policy gives students a chance to acquire certificate in 1 year tenure, a diploma in 2 year, bachelor's degree in 3 year, and bachelor's degree with research in 4 year. Student with 4 years bachelor's degree can complete master's degree in 1 year, and 2 year for 3 years bachelor's program. PhD can be undertaken with a master's degree or a 4-year bachelor's degree with research. There will be multiple entry and exit option. Academic Bank of Credits will digitally store the academic credits earned. All HEIs will henceforth provide internship. MERUs, multidisciplinary education and research universities will be set up. The NRF will fund outstanding peer-reviewed research in colleges and universities apart from DST, DBT and others. It will advance core AI research and promote research collaboration between industry and higher education institutes. All school children will undergo regular health checkup to ensure 100% immunization. Health cards will be issued. Progress card will be holistic 360-degree multi-dimensional report reflecting the progress as well as uniqueness of each learner in the cognitive, affective, and psychomotor domain. After implementation of the NEP 2020, how the future India will look like? We forecast that it will strengthen and preserve the different languages of India. Secondly, there will be improved skill development because of integration of vocational courses in the curriculum. Education will be stress-free, educators will be trained and well paid. Moving to literacy rate in India, which would shoot from 74% to 90% by 2040 if implemented judiciously. With spiked literacy rate, unemployment is expected to go down by 2040 in both urban and rural areas. With increased attention to R&D, India would rank among the top countries to contribute to science and technology. Every country has its own method of teaching and raising children. Let's check out the uniqueness of each education policy and what makes them to stand out. Here we have compared all the countries based on 6 key factors, that is literacy rate, GDP, global peace index, employment and unemployment rate, and PISA test. USA provides free education in all public schools. As a result, 87% of all students opt for a public school, whereas only 10% opt for private. Education is compulsory till 18 years. In Japan, character building and moral education is preferred over academic study at initial stage. Grade promotion is based upon age and not on academic performance in primary and secondary level of education. In Australia, at the tertiary level of education, students are provided with loan by government, and this has to be repaid when they reach a certain income level. Not to forget that Australia has the highest ratio of international students. The uniqueness of UK education system is that it maintains and improves the quality of education at each college and university through regular audits conducted by QAA. Finland has the top rank amongst all education policies. It provides free education at all levels. Instead of rote learning, they emphasize on thinking creatively and learning simply. Finland set a very high standard for teachers and is considered equivalent to doctors and lawyers. What India can take away from the best education policies of the world? More public schools with improved infrastructure, compulsory education for all children up to age 18, inclusion of sex education, more emphasis on character building along with academic study, omitting ranking system to reduce competition between institutes, schools, and educators. Thank you for watching. What's your opinion on NEP 2020? Please put it in the comment box. Do like, share, and subscribe. Hit the bell icon for more updates.